So, what do you do in Melbourne when your team isn't playing in the grand final? Let's see what we can do today. Well, we're at the quarantine station in Fort Nepean National Park, and this was a quarantine centre built over 100 years ago to quarantine new arrivals right on the bottom of Mornington Peninsula. Coastal defence area as well, so there was a fort down the bottom here as well. And the quarantine was set up in 1852 to protect Melbourne from highly contagious diseases. And there's the map. So right down the bottom you can see Fort Pierce, Fort Nepean, Pierce Barracks, and this is where we're at. So quarantine station, Melbourne's around about 90 k's away. So it's not actually in Melbourne, but you know, it's at the beginning of Port Phillip Bay. Beautiful day for it. Walking around, see the old buildings, and the background is Port Phillip Bay. What a glorious day. So the information centre. Looking around, all the old buildings. And there's Port Phillip Bay, glistening on a day like today. So we're right on the water here. There's the quarantine station. Queenscliff to Sorrento ferries. Over there's the Bellarine Peninsula, so that's the opposite side of Melbourne. Hello. Riding to the fort, there's Gunnamatta Beach, Bass Strait. There's a jet ski on the water as well. Yeah, a couple, looks like fun. And then on this side, that there is Port Phillip Bay. So that's what separates Port Phillip Bay from ocean. Good luck surfing those. And here we are at the Harold Holt Memorial. This is where the Prime Minister of Australia back in the 60s disappeared. And that's the actual memorial. And Chevoit Beach, this is where he thought he'd go for a bit of a swim. Right, okay.
That's what you do here.
That's right. I wouldn't go swimming in here if you paid me. And again, there's Port Phillip Bay. So we're talking less than a kilometre. Beautiful view. You can see the boats in Bass Strait. These waves, man. So surprised he got pulled out, huh? And there's the armaments overlooking the ocean. So they would have had. There's another one down there. And here we are, coming to the heads now. Point Lonsdale Lighthouse in the background. That there is Bass Strait. And that there is Port Phillip Bay, and that's the Bellarine Peninsula on the other side. And this is what's called Fort Pierce. we are. That there is Bass Strait. And that there, Port Phillip Bay. So we're talking 50-60 metres between the two. Unbelievable, you can see the big rollers coming in. And this is the heads, so this is Mornington side, and that's the Bellarine side. And that's the entry to Port Phillip Bay, as far as we can go. And out there, it's Point Lonsdale, Queenscliff, and that's Bass Strait. Next stop south is Tasmania. And that's Queenscliff right there. You could almost swim it. And this is where the gunnery was. So we're in the tunnels, gun emplacement tunnels. Go.
Hello, hello.
So we're still in the gunnery tunnels. Oh, Joan, we go that way. Observation battery post. It's nice and cool in here too. It's warm outside. Bomb-proof observation point. Unbelievable. And there's a seal having a bit of a swim. Just R&Ring it.
Wish I was in there with him.
Oh, we'll go for a swim soon. And here we are at the Smiles Cafe. Not a shabby place. And here we are at the Portsea beach. Well, at the quarantine station. Beautiful, beautiful day. Water's a bit fresh. If I was 15 I'd be swimming, but alas, those days are gone. And there's the quarantine station behind us. Mercure Portsea Golf Club. Not a shabby little spot. Nice way to spend the weekend, and there's the bay in the background. Watching the footy.